You see balance, the way to make the world look and feel good, and how to make it feel better, how to make people feel better about themselves, and how to make a situation better for everybody. You make people feel better about the world and themselves. You can look out there and say, okay, here's the way things are, and you can help them feel better about it. You have that ability. You see right and wrong, what works for harmony and what does not. You understand that certain things can make things work better and some things can't. And when this is connected with the strength of harmony, it's especially strong. You remember things, places, and events, and the details of the relationships with the people at the time, and the relationships of the things and the places at the time. And you have the ability to give no-nonsense advice and aid to other people. You can look at a situation and hand people data, raw data they can work with. You have a tendency to be foundationally based in reality and understand that that's a better place to come from. And you're also loyal to those who do their best. So when you see somebody trying hard, you're loyal to them and you want to see them do well. You work hard to get the job done and stay with it until it's finished. So you're the kind of person that completes, and you're the kind of person that people want to have around because they always know that you're going to get the job done. You'll do what you say you're supposed to do, and you'll work at it. Your work is never a chore to you, but a gift to offer to the world. So when you look at something you have to do, your attitude is, hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it because people need it, and things are going to be better because you do it. You're able to clearly show others how you feel about them. So nobody ever has mistaken about how you feel, especially if you have this strength of communication. Communication will help you to really express that and to be able to help other people know where they stand all the time with you. Others will always feel at ease with you at home and with your presence, so that whenever you're around them, they're comfortable. They don't expect the unexpected to come out of you. They can read you and understand you. Your efforts always seem to be appreciated by other people around you. When you're helping them, they appreciate it and they understand it, and they can do things with it and make good things happen with it. You find pleasing ways to settle differences and in satisfying other people in tough situations. So you can help people kind of build harmony into their lives. You have you know the right thing to do, what to buy and create to improve things. You have a good feel for how to spend money and the right way to spend money to make things better. And then you see conditions underlying a situation and seeing a way of changing things. So you can look at something, you can gather all the data, and then you can take that data and come up with ideas and ways of changing things that are palatable for other people, where they can understand it and do something with it. Okay, let's talk about your weaknesses. You find difficulty expressing your feelings without fear or anger. So when you get a little upset about something, it comes out in a torrent, or very possibly can come out in a torrent. And you can have quite a cutting edge if you have this strength of communication again, because you know how to use words. You're unable to correctly judge what really is for the best sometimes. So you should be able to do that, but every once in a while that you could look at something and say, what is the best situation here? And then you can get some help from somebody else. You wrongly suspect others of having hidden motives or agendas. You think people are doing things because they have agendas or motives, when in reality they're just reacting to things around them, or they're reacting to something said. It's not a plan, it's just something that is happening that way. You're unable to shrug off feelings of impending disaster. When you think things are going bad, when you think there's a potential for something to go wrong, you have a tendency to get pretty shook up about it. Just remember to use this ability of yours to find the facts, look for the facts, and then make decisions based on those facts. And remember that there's always two sides of something. Some people think that nothing will ever go wrong, and other people think that everything goes wrong. And somewhere between those is reality. And striving and worrying about exactly where it's going to fall is probably not a very profitable endeavor for you. You're unable to acknowledge anything that goes against your certainty. If you feel real certain about some way something's going to happen, boy, you'll have a hard time even accepting that something went against what you were certain about. Just remember that to look for that reality in the middle of you. Have the ability to be able to spot reality, to gather data, so use it in that case when you start having those feelings. You're harsh or strict about appropriate social behavior. You believe that things should happen a certain way and that people shouldn't act like they do maybe. Just remember that it takes a whole world full of people, and they're all different. They go from one extreme to another, and you're going to find them in that extreme, especially when it comes to people. And if you learn to appreciate the difference in people, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy watching them. You'll enjoy being around them more. You're rigid, inflexible, or uncaring to others without being aware of it. So you can draw some lines, some pretty hard, cold, black and white lines, and just remember again that the answer is typically somewhere in between. And if your mate or somebody that you know can be with you to help you balance that, it'll be good for you. You're unable to stand verbal logic and cut off others' explanations. So you might be listening to the explanation of something when really you need to be shown the explanation of something, or you need a chance to do it so you learn it yourself. So somebody gives you logic, you probably are not comfortable sitting in front of a professor who lectures and lectures and lectures, because it's hard for you to be able to understand that logic. It's not how you work, not how you're designed. And then you value your own opinion about the world and its problems above everybody else's. Just remember, if you gather information, you keep using that. Keep using your ability to be able to gather information to help other people out. You're falsely certain of the influence upon and on the understanding of others. So don't be so certain about how well you're influencing people, because you might not be influencing them the way you think you are. You're vulnerable, or can be vulnerable, to con men, to false hopes, to cults and conspiracy theories. So don't believe that every little advertisement you see on TV for a certain latest and greatest little gadget is really going to be what they're telling you it is. Check those things out, gather the data, make sure that you set your hopes based upon things that are actual facts, that there's great reasoning behind. And then all the conspiracy theories out there, again, they're somewhere between the world's going to end and nothing is ever going to happen bad again is the real answer. And when you move way too much toward either one of those, you get yourself out of focus. You're upset by a disagreement with others that go against your worldview and by their judgments. Just remember that somebody else's worldview has some value to it, and so does yours. And remember to find that middle ground based upon data that you collect. And when you're under stress, you can be harsh and make selfish, survival-oriented decisions. When things are down, you can be real hard and coarse about the decisions you make. So when something comes up and you're under stress, pull back from the situation, look at it carefully, allow time for the emotion to drain away, and then make decisions, because you'll be able to make much better decisions, and you won't come up and have regret about things that you do and say. Okay, here's some action items. Try to discover why others feel the way they do. And the way you do that is you ask them how they feel. Your spouse will especially love that when you ask, especially if you're a man, if you ask your wife how she feels about something, you'll get some points. So, and then determine somebody else's point of view without judging or comparing it to something else. Just try to find out how others feel about something. Look at their point of view and take it in the mix as data points that you can use to move on with your life. Concentrate on sensing others' emotional state by asking them questions. Try to understand where they're at, why they feel the way they do, and it'll help you, again, put information in the mix to make judgments about life. And then don't pass judgment or compare your other situation to your own situation. It's not the same, and you can't make those judgments just because you're in one situation. The other doesn't mean other people should be or want to be. Try to identify the personality traits of people you meet, of people around you. It'll help you to deal with them correctly and in a way that'll help you impact them and let your talents impact others, because they'll be substantial in that area. And then face your weaknesses. Honor your true self and that of the others. When you know that you have certain weaknesses, watch for those carefully and then just accept them and move on in life with them. And then don't be too hasty. Let things settle so that you can understand others' points of view. Again, take time, let these things manifest in your mind, give you a chance to think about them, and allow your worldview to kind of make judgments on what things really are. But remember, your worldview is based upon what you think about, what you believe deep. Make sure those are based on facts. And then let other people take some of the load some of the time. You don't have to do everything all by yourself all the time. So help other people take the load when they need to, and don't be afraid to tell people they need to do that. Then be accountable to others. Let them become partners to your goals. So let other people know what it is that you want to accomplish in life. Tell people about that and ask them to help hold you accountable to meeting those goals that you want for yourself. Because you have a tendency to be a little bit kicked back and might lead somebody to help give you a little tug, a little push here and there. Assume the best and seek ways to make it true for you. So look at life and say, oh, here comes the best, and then what would be the best for you? Use that as your goal. Set out based upon what it is you think it should be the best for you. And when you're in doubt, ask for help. Get some input from other people you trust.